Om Shanti. Good morning, Diamond morning. Every day, Baba teaches us in the Murli to become pure, not to perform any sinful actions. And that means we need to make so much effort to be soul conscious and God conscious in everything we do. We need to be able to follow Baba's directions with great love so that we will not perform any sinful actions. And we will make ourselves worthy of the new world. So let's listen to Baba's sweet versions of the 3rd of July 2023. In the essence, Baba says, sweet children, create new inventions for doing service. Make service expand. The way to have success in the field of service is to put the mothers ahead. Question: with which manners should you speak in order to be able to prove words of authority? Answer. First point. Whenever you speak to your elders, speak in the polite form, not in the familiar form. This is also manners. Speak with authority, but definitely give respect. These manners are also taught at school. Second point. You should never speak with arrogance. Remain constantly cheerful with the intoxication of this knowledge. A cheerful face does a lot of service. And the song of Baba's Murli. What has happened to the people of today?
आज के इस इंसान को ये क्या हो गया, इसका पुराना प्यार कहाँ पर खो गया। कैसी ये मनहूस घड़ी है, भाइयों में जंग छिड़ी है। कहीं पे खून कहीं पर ज्वाला, जाने क्या है होने वाला। सबका माथा आज झुका है, आजादी का जुलूस रुका है। चारों ओर दगा ही दगा है, हर छू।
Om Shanti. It has been explained to you, sweetest children, that many souls have become sinful. Good children call out. Sin has increased a lot. It is by committing sin that human beings become impure. People remember him and say, O purifier, come and make sinful souls charitable. This world is impure, and so there must also be a pure world. The incorporeal world is not called the pure world. That is the land of peace. The pure and impure worlds are for human beings. In the iron-aged world, they are impure, and in the golden-aged world, they are pure. Only the purifier Father establishes the pure world. Scholars and pundits created the scriptures, and they have mentioned the name of Vyas. The name of the one who spoke this should also be mentioned. People don't know when the scriptures were created. You children know that there are no scriptures in the golden and silver ages. There is no name or trace of the path of devotion there. The Father keeps you alive with this knowledge. From this knowledge, you remain alive for 21 births. And then Maya comes and turns you into corpses. This is a world of corpses, which is called a graveyard, Kabiristan. At this time, it would be said to be a full graveyard. All of your intellects should be working on this. In the Great War, it becomes a full graveyard. It is not like this in other wars. It is written in the Bhagavad. All the children of the ocean of knowledge are buried in a graveyard. Maya has made everyone sit on the pyre of lust and then burnt them. All are buried in a graveyard. It is also mentioned in the Quran of the Muslims that all are in a graveyard. When it is the time of settlement, Allah comes to awaken them. He makes the graveyard into a land of angels, Paristan. Baba has told you that it is written in the Birla temple that Delhi was made into Paristan. Therefore, he would surely have made that graveyard into a land of angels. Annihilation doesn't take place. But many people do die. There are very few human beings in the Golden Age. There is just the one original, eternal deity religion there. The condition there is not like that described in the song. In heaven, no one causes anyone sorrow. Here, they cause so much sorrow. They even kill one another. Baba receives news. When someone falls in love with another man's wife, he would even kill his own wife by poisoning her. This world is impure. And this is why it is sung, O purifier, come. However, they don't consider themselves to be impure. If you tell people that they are impure, they would become upset. You now know that you too were impure. The Father is purifying you. You now have to tell the world that it is Shiv Baba who makes the impure world pure. The one whose birthday you celebrate has now come. Originally, it was the law that when a new invention was created, they first showed it to the king. He used to take it in his hands. Now, there are no kings. Show this invention to everyone. You should get together to pass a resolution. Get a petition signed by thousands and give that petition to the government. In order to publicize an invention, it is shown to the highest authority. That authority then makes arrangements. So you should also do the same. explain about those whose birthdays are to come. If you explain on the day of someone's festival, everyone will then understand and say, it truly seems right. The Father came 5,000 years ago. Parrot that was the highest on high, the golden sparrow, has become worth a total shell. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, makes it like a diamond. He is giving you this knowledge through Brahma. You can explain, in fact, what he wants us to explain. In fact, every human being is a Brahma Kumar or Kumari. This is discerning. The Brahmin religion is created through Brahma. Then, the whole genealogical tree is made up of deities, warriors, merchants, and Shudras. You can explain these festivals very well. Deepmala, in brackets, Festival of the Rosary of Lights, is coming close. You know that there is now extreme darkness in every home. When the sun of knowledge rises, the darkness of ignorance is dispelled. There is truly extreme darkness. None of souls knows their Father. Everyone's light is lit. Everyone's light is lit then by knowing the Father. He is also called the flame. You can explain very well on such main festivals. You can also explain to the government. You now especially have to move forward. Place the mothers at the front. Men should not be ashamed about this. The Father explains to you how you should awaken others. Get together, get a petition signed, and then explain. What to explain? In fact, each one of you is a child of Shiva. It isn't at all a Shiva. The Father is only one. He is the Creator, the one who purifies the impure. A memorandum should be written. Show it to the main ones, the seniors. You awaken human beings, but they believe that human beings become pure by bathing in the Ganges. However, the Ganges is not the purifier. The purifier is only the one incorporeal one. He is the ocean of knowledge who rains knowledge. All the rest is blind faith. You children have now received authority. It is written in the scriptures that the Kumaris were made to shoot arrows. Very good children can do this work. They can give lectures. It is number-wise in an army. Manners are needed in conversing with others. When speaking to one's elders, one always speak in the polite form. Up is the polite form. However, the Hindi word. Instead of being respectful, uneducated children speak in familiar terms using tu instead of up. Manners are imbibed by the intellect even by studying. Teachers are still good in that they educate you and make you worthy of receiving a status. One's character is also written in the register. Nowadays, people don't have that much character. The world is completely dirty. You heard in the song what the condition has become. You children know that no other country can be like what Bharat was at that time. Bharat was heaven. Sannyasis say that all of this is your imagination. What do they know about heaven? Yes, some will emerge who will be very happy to see this. These pictures are very good. They make big statues of the Pandavas. They're not really that big. They make Ravan as tall as 100 feet. They continue to increase his size day by day. Ravan's age has become old now. So how old is Ravan now? If his age has become old. And they have personified Ravan, thinking it's a person, so making him taller and taller each year. So Baba is saying, Ravan's age has become old now. He is now 2,500 years old. You can explain very well on the day of the Shira. What to explain? This is Ravan's kingdom. It is called the devil world. Someone printed in the papers that this is a devilish world. If people ask you why you call this a devilish kingdom, tell them. In the newspapers, so and so said that this is Ravan's. This is kingdom of Ravan. What to say? In the newspaper, so and so said that this kingdom is Ravan's. When the Father came, he said, this world is devilish. The deity kingdom exists in the golden age. You should get together and consult one another. Your aim and objective is clear. Baba says the aim and objective is also written outside on the board. There is no question of blind faith in a school or in all spiritual gatherings. They listen to the Vedas, etc., with blind faith. There is no meaning to those. The Father now says what he says. O people of Bharat, for how long have you been studying all the big Vedas and Upanishads, etc.? You wouldn't say that you have been doing this from the golden age. There is no trace of the path of devotion there. That is called a devotion of cult. For half a cycle, there is the night of Brahma. That is when the path of devotion begins. God definitely comes because this is why Shiv Jayanti is celebrated. How else did the incorporeal one come? He would definitely have taken the support of a body. You know that the Father takes the support of the body of Brahma. He has to come in Bharat. The birth of the Father is in Bharat. The birth of Brahma is also in Bharat. Baba has explained the variety form image to you. The Brahmin religion is the top now. You exist now in a practical way. Shiv Baba, the incorporeal, is above us Brahmins. Then you have to show the body of Brahma. That one is Saraswati. Then there is the Brahmin clan, then the deity clan, the warrior clan, etc. They take this many births. You can show this very clearly and accurately. The night of Brahma, the night of Saraswati, and the night of the dynasty of Brahma. In the day, all Brahmins become deities. You children are given many points that you have to imbibe. It should not be that you listen with one ear and let it out through the other, and everything is over. Just as people listen to the stories when they go to spiritual gatherings and then depart. Here, you receive instant fruit. You know that you have to change. How do we have to change? Through this study. You know that you have to change from human beings into deities by studying this. There is no aim or objective there. The Father explains a great deal, but scarcely a few emerge. Some even become traitors. You should explain what you should explain. This is a battlefield. Maya is very powerful. Some even fail. This is also a game in the drama. Not everyone can win. You children know that you are defeated by Maya, Ravan. This is a game of victory and defeat. Those who are defeated by Maya are defeated by everything. You know that you are becoming the masters of the world through Baba. You should have this intoxication permanently. Why does this intoxication break? You are studying with the Father, who is the creator of the world. You are becoming Narayan from an ordinary man and Lakshmi from an ordinary woman. It never happens that a student forgets his study or his teacher. So why do you forget him here? When you go home, you completely forget him. Here, your intellect, here your intellects have very good faith. You shed so many tears, and then when you go home from here, you don't even write a letter. Even very special beloved children who come as guides forget everything. You should at least write service news. Baba is given an example here. So children should write service news saying like this, back to the Murli, Baba, I engaged in your service. Otherwise, Baba would understand that Maya has buried you in a graveyard. The intellect also says, what the intellect says, such a Baba who makes you into a master of the world should be remembered constantly. However, some children don't remember him even once a month. They don't write any letters to him. So Baba is complaining here. Children not writing, children not sending any letters, children not remembering him. Back to the Murli. Maya makes some of them into complete corpses. They don't write a letter whilst alive. And so there is no question of them doing that when they have died. Baba would also write a letter when you write first. Those who remember Baba are the ones who will become karmatit. Karmatit means perfect, complete, and ever healthy. You should definitely remember Baba's inheritance. You should also have permanent intoxication. At this time, you children, sweeten your mouths with remembrance. You know that you are receiving the butter of the kingdom of the world. They also show Krishna with butter in his mouth. That is the kingdom of the world. There are different levels of status of a master. To the extent that you do something, you receive accordingly. You know that Baba is teaching you. He is called the Supreme Father. Therefore, you definitely receive the inheritance from him. Baba says you definitely receive the inheritance from the Father. The mother and father are needed because only then can children be born and the inheritance received. And he is speaking in the context of spiritually born, that is, getting the realization of the self and God, the Father. Back to the Murli, it is said, you are the mother and father, and we are your children. By your teaching us easy Raja Yoga, we become the masters of heaven. You should explain that there truly were three armies. He's explaining this. Those who had non-loving intellects at the time of destruction were destroyed. However, those who had love for God became the masters of heaven. It is the duty to tell, it is our duty to tell the government. You can get all the important officers who meet you to sign it, and they will become happy. It is a very good task that you are carrying out. Make effort with exclamation mark. Make effort. One needs time for this too, so that you are able to look after everything. Excuse me. There are many ways to make service expand. However, some children sometimes develop arrogance, and a lot of harm is caused when they have familiarity. Your faces should remain constantly cheerful with the intoxication of this knowledge. Acha. Back to the Murli. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children. Love, remembrance, and good morning. From the mother, the father, Babdada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. And the spiritual children say, Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana points to practice for today. First point, make effort whilst keeping your aim and objective in front of you. Imbibe divine manners. Do not listen to this with one ear and let it out of the other. Second point, the Father, the creator of the world, is teaching you, and you are his students. Maintain this intoxication. Create different ways of doing service and remain busy in that. Baba's blessing for today. May you be constantly cheerful and carefree by making the treasures given to you by the Father your own, by churning them. Baba explains the blessing. The pity of you children churning and having remembrance on the path of devotion is that of Vishnu. The snake was made into a bed. That is, the vices were controlled. You will not have to worry about being defeated by Maya or a battling. You will constantly be a conqueror of Maya. That is, you will be carefree. Keep new points of knowledge daily in your awareness and churn them. And you will enjoy yourself. You will become constantly cheerful because by churning the treasures given to you by the Father, you experience them to be your own. And the slogan for today, a self-transformer is one from whom good wishes always emerge. He does not seek revenge. Baba is using the Hindi word badla rina, but demonstrates them by transforming himself. Badhalkar is transforming itself. So a self-transformer is one from whom good wishes always emerge. He does not seek revenge, but demonstrates them by transforming himself. Om Shanti. Do have a very powerful day in Baba's sweet remembrance.